Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is gonna kind of be a mishmash. So in this video what you're gonna see is I went to meet Kristen and Becca Ritchie. I went to the a signing out in Mystic with my friend Dom. I had so much fun. They were so sweet. It was just a signing. Like, I know every other stop on their tour was like a conversation. They sat down, talked about the book. This was just a meet and greet, which is fine. I had a blast. And then so I'll insert some clips from that. And I actually got a new job, and it is 99% like work from home. So I'm redoing my like reading room upstairs so that it's like my office. And so I have some clips from when I did the first part of the transformation back in January, like a year ago, when I took it from being like lime green. I covered it with peach and book paper. And then last night, my friend Dom and I, we went to Home Depot, got some paint, and me and Dom ended up painting the last wall, which is like bright blue. So I'll insert some of those clips, and then figured I would talk about what I'm reading. So little reading update. So I'm currently reading Snow Globe by So Young Park. This is translated from Korean, and so far loving it. I actually heard about the recommendation from Carrie Can Read, and Rachel Catherine read it as well. They both really enjoyed it. So I'm very excited. The premise of it is like super interesting. Essentially, it's a dystopian YA, I think. And essentially what's going on is the entire world is freezing temperatures. Like, you can't leave your house without parkas and these like super thick mittens and like all these things, like, goes into depth. One part of the world called the Snow Globe, where it's has a dome, and in there it's all climate controlled, and the only people that really live in there are actors and directors. And the actors that you're getting for like living in this climate controlled area is that your entire lives are filmed, and the directors kind of create TV shows out of your lives. So it's like a different form of like reality TV, which is like super cool. And so the premise is that our main character, Chobam, you have to work in the power plant. You like walk in order to generate electricity, which generates electricity for the world. And there's like multiple like power plants and all that. And so essentially Chobam is at the power plant, and this guy shows up and says that one of the directors wants to see her, and tells her that her favorite reality star, Hyrie, has died. She killed herself. And because they look identical, like Chobam is Hyrie's like doppelganger, they want her to just kind of slip in and fill in for Hyrie, and no one's ever gonna know that Hyrie died. Besides like Hyrie's like immediate family, like grandmother, mother, and like the director, and that's it. Oh, so Chobam's dream is to be a director. Like, that's what she's been wanting to do. And Hyrie was born on like the same day as her, all this. So that's kind of where I'm at. She just kind of stepped into that role. I have paint on me from last as being Hyrie. Like, we just kind of went through the first event with her, and it's really interesting so far. I'm really liking the premise of it. I like the characters, and I've already had there's already been a couple shocking things happen, so I'm very excited. I don't know how long this vlog is going to go on for, because I'm doing more stuff with my office next weekend. I'm going to be setting up like the desk and the chair, and I think my mom's coming over, and she's gonna help me, and we're gonna like hang up some stuff on the walls. She made some paintings for me, and so we're gonna hang those up. Technically, it's also like the animal room. It's just kind of like a catch-all. It's the spare room in the house, essentially. So like our cat's like litter box is in there, my lizard is in there. Both those things are staying, so, which is fine. I just need to like clean it, because like I feel like cat litter, like no matter how many times you vacuum or sweep, it's literally just everywhere, which is why we moved it from downstairs area to upstairs, because we were just sick of it being everywhere. And it's like, now great, now I'm gonna be using the area and there's gonna be cat litter everywhere. But that's okay. I have like my mom bought me for Christmas a couple years ago, like a robot vacuum. So I have that upstairs. So I'm just gonna like run that every day. And I have other reading plans. So Dom and I actually are gonna read Pen Pal by JT Geisinger, I think. I'll insert a picture of it. But I've heard this book is insane. Okay, so my hairdresser, Andrea, she actually read it first. She told me about it. She said it is insane. And then I literally just saw that Larry Reed's posted a video. I'm actually watching the video right now of her reading books out of her comfort zone, and Pen Pal is one of the books. I really texted my friend because she loves like those like, you know, dark, smuttier books. And I not that I don't like them, they're not my favorite. Like I like the crazy plots. The smut part I usually just skim over. But I figured it'd be a fun little thing for like us to read together. So she ordered it from Amazon. So we should be reading that at some point this week. And I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so I'm very excited, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys right now. Today is Saturday. We have quite a few plans. We are going to get lunch with my dad, my stepmom, and my grandmother. And then we are going to Victor's brother's boyfriend's house for game night. So that's gonna be fun. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Now we'll touch base with you guys.
Series. Join the class and yes. I found the series. I want to say in May. I usually read all of them by the end of June. Oh my god! And then I got the hard just like us. Fell in love with it. I read it in like 24 hours. Yeah. I did like a whole reading vlog for it. I was so excited. Oh my god! Thank you so much for reading it. How you guys write characters is like phenomenal. It's the second time. It's just amazing. I'm really in love. Thank you so much.
All done. Hello everyone. So This update is gonna be taking place in my bathroom, so welcome. Because I haven't really filmed all that much, but I have made a pretty decent amount of progress. So we're just gonna kind of go through my nighttime routine whilst I talk about the books that I've been reading. So let's start off. So first of all, this is what I do with my hair pretty much every night. I take a bathrobe, make sure my hair is damp at least the first night. So typically I do when I get out of the shower. And then I always just spray just the bottoms just to like make sure that it's wet enough. The tops usually is pretty good for a while, a couple hours. But like I said, I just want to make sure like the bangs and then like the bottom are good. So let's talk updates. So yesterday we went out to lunch. I honestly filmed nothing yesterday. But we went out to lunch with my dad, stepmom, and my stepmom's mom and my grandmother. Had a fun time as always. And then we went out to Victor's brother's boyfriend's house and we had pizza. We played some games. So we had fun. Got home, I want to say like 10:30 or 11. Woke up this morning, so I got like no reading done. Woke up this morning and then what did I do? Oh, I ate breakfast and then had to get my medication, and then I pretty much just cleaned and did laundry on and off all day, made the bed, things like that. I cooked dinner, which was really good. I made tofu fried rice. Love. And yeah, so I finally, like, while I was cleaning and doing laundry, I was listening to an audiobook. So I was listening to Snow Globe, and I am currently on page, I think, 306, which is like 80-ish% of the way through. And I'm having a really good time. It's very interesting. We're learning some things now. I would say it's leaning towards like a 3-star. Like, it's not groundbreaking, but it was a fun time. I think it's going to be a duology, and I will definitely read the second book. Well, depending on how the end goes, but seems like it's going to go pretty well. So I'm probably going to read the second book when it does come out. But yeah, I'm having a fun time. It's just a nice, quick read, a good dystopian novel, and it's a really good audiobook. So like I said, I'm definitely enjoying that. And then just a little bit ago, I started Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger, and I'm 7 chapters in, but the chapters are pretty quick, which I love. So I'm only like 40 pages in, which is like 10%. But interesting so far. She's already, the premise of this book, I don't know if anybody really knows much about it. I heard it from my, like I said, my hairdresser, and then I'm reading it with my friend Dom. Essentially, this woman, her husband dies, and the day that her husband, they lower his casket, she gets a letter from an inmate. I'm gonna put these, I don't even know what brand they are. My friend got them for me. I don't know. They're just these like eyes, I don't know, eye patches. You put them on for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna put these on in a minute, but I can brush my teeth first. So anyways, so this woman, she is, like I said, putting her husband in the ground, and she gets a letter from an inmate at prison where he's pretty much just like, I'll wait for however long it takes. And so she writes him back and like, wait for what? And he's like, you. It's like, okay, sketchy. So yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. I don't really know anything that's going on. And I'm probably not going to talk about it in too much detail because people say that the book is like crazy. You go for a wild ride. So I don't like to spoil things. I like to go in as blind as possible. And I probably suggest you do too, from what I'm gathering. So that's kind of the update for now. I'm making progress in both books, and I inserted the clips of what I've done so far with The Office, with the painting. We haven't done anything else. This coming weekend I'm probably gonna do some stuff. So this vlog is probably gonna last a couple weeks until I kind of get the office all situated. And then I'll read a couple books. It'll be fun time. So yeah, so that's the update for now. It's Sunday night, so I'm getting ready for bed for work in the morning. We're nearing the end of my journey with my current job, which is sad because I do love my job. But anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys, and yeah, that's kind of all I got for you. I will probably talk to you sometime tomorrow. Me and Dom are gonna get together at some point this week to read the book together, so that we're like actually buddy reading it. So we'll probably go to like Starbucks or something and just hang out. So I'll take you guys along that journey. But other than that, I will catch up with you guys with some reading updates, office updates a little bit later in the week. We're doing a little check-in here. I am on chapter 12, page 89. And I can't. This is kind of cringe. Like, it's not what I expected. Like, I honestly expected... Sorry for the crappy quality. It's, like, dark in my room because it's, like, 11 p.m. But it's... I expected it to be a lot more plot heavy than smut. Not even smut, just like the relationship that's brewing at the moment is interesting. Didn't see that coming at all. And this quote is cringe. So the guy says, "I'm gonna devour you, little bunny rabbit, piece by tasty piece. I'm gonna eat you up." I'm sorry. If someone said that to me, I would be like, sir, are you okay? Why are you calling me a bunny rabbit? I don't know. I have no words at the moment. But like I've said, only 89 pages in, so I'm gonna definitely keep going. It's a very quick read. It says that I should finish the book in like 3 hours. So I'm obviously not going to finish it tonight because it's 11:15 p.m. But I'll probably read for a little bit while longer, read a couple more chapters because the chapters are short. But I just needed to update you because that quote threw me for a loop. This whole situation that is happening between the two characters at the moment is throwing me for a loop because it's not what I expected going into it. And so I'm kind of confused. But that's okay. I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. So, I'm back. It took me one page. I literally cannot with these friggin' pet names. I was warned, but still. He's like, "Nowhere to go, little bunny. You're trapped. Surrender. Sorry, Mr. Lion King. This bunny isn't in the mood to be breakfast." Stop. I'm cringing. Mr. Lion King. Wow. That's all I came here to say. I figured while I'm here and can't fall asleep, I would film a nice little update for you. So I finished Snow Globe. I gave it a 3-star. I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it, and I'm definitely going to be reading the second one when it comes out, I think next year. The ending was pretty good. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint why I didn't like it. I feel like there honestly wasn't too much that was happening. But it was okay. I had a fun time. It was a nice little dystopian read. Stars, not bad. Definitely would recommend if you like dystopian. It was a really good audiobook, actually. It was pretty fast paced.
So, although I do feel like the end happened pretty quickly. Like, it felt like we were, like, all, like, leading up to this thing, and then everything just kind of, like, came out and then happened, like, very fast. So I do wish it was kind of, like, dragged out a little bit. Like, I feel like I don't know, because I felt like the part in the beginning was pretty well paced, and I felt like there was, like, a chunk in the middle that was pretty well paced. So I feel like the author could have, like, extended the book by, like, 50 pages. And I think that maybe would have made it a little bit more interesting. Next up on the docket, we have Pen Pal. You guys, I am, like, I think I said 62%. Let's see. 60%. I'm on chapter 27, page 229. Y'all, I don't like it. Like, I'm literally not that I'm bored. The problem I'm having, the plot, I thought the plot was going to be more interesting, without going into any detail. I feel like I've already guessed what's going to happen, like, part of it. And, like, I'm getting little hints as to, like, what I think happened with another part of it. I thought that the plot was gonna be more prominent. It's, like, really weird and choppy. Like, it seems like you're getting plot, and then all of a sudden the secondary character's like, hey, come over, I want to have sex. And then she goes over there, you get, like, 14 sex scenes in a row, and then she, like, goes back home, and, like, the plot keeps plotting. And it's just, like, this really weird, like, broken up, like, I don't know, like, nothing is, like, intermingling, and I'm sure at the end it'll intermingle, but I'm just not having a good time. I don't like it. The smut scenes are just not interesting at all. As we all know, the pet names suck, so I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? But I'm already 60% through, so I'm like, well, I might as well just finish it. Maybe my opinion will change, because I've just heard, like, it's like I said, Larry Reed's gave it 4 stars, my hairdresser gave it 5 stars, my friend, I don't know if she started it yet. I know that she got it today from Amazon, but I don't know if she started it yet, because I think she was reading something else. So I'll have to, obviously pick her brain on it, but yeah, I don't know, it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of looking like a 2-star right now. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, that's what a 2-star, in my opinion, means. A 2-star means that I read it, didn't like it, wouldn't recommend it. So it's kind of where I'm at thus far. I find the main character to be very annoying. I don't like her. And like I said, I don't really like the writing. It's just very choppy. Like, it just, I don't know. Like, I feel like things are just kind of happening out of nowhere. Nothing is, like, cohesive. Like, everything just seems, like, rushed. Like, I don't know. I'm just not getting a good vibe. So we'll see how that goes. I have no idea what I'm gonna pick up after this, because I think I'm gonna try to read, like, 1 or 2 more books in this vlog, because like I said, it's gonna continue because I'm doing The Office. So I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next. I've been on the perusal for books. I've been obsessed with Twisters, that movie that just came out with Glenn Powell. The soundtrack, so good. So I've been, like, listening to that like crazy, and we're going to see it this weekend, and I'm so excited because Glenn Powell, chef's kiss. So me and my husband are going to see it this weekend, and I'm very excited. So that's what's new with that. So yeah, I don't know, don't know what to read next. I'm just counting down the pages. It says it's going to take me like an hour and a half till I finish what's left, so we'll see. As you know, I will keep you posted with my thoughts along the way, and I will check you guys later.
Hello everybody, I just wanted to film a quick little update. I finished Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger and wanted to talk my rating. I guess I could turn my air conditioner off in the car. So I was kind of teetering back and forth. I really enjoyed the plot, and the plot twist at the end, good. I didn't guess exactly what happened. There were some things that I did guess, but overall it got me, and it got me good. So I did really like the plot,
if they would have just like cut 90% of the romance out, I would have probably given it like a 4-star, truly. But my rating, unfortunately, is between like a 2.5, 2.75. Like, when I tell you I did not like the romance, I did not like the romance. The pet names were bad, the smut scenes were bad. I didn't feel their relationship, like, hated it. And it's really unfortunate because I really, really, really like the plot of the book, but like that romance part took up, I want to say, a good 30 to 35, maybe 40% of the book in like the beginning. And if they would have just focused on like the other parts of the plot that were happening, I feel like that could have been expanded, and like this could have just been such a different book. And I just did not like the romance, and I understand where the romance needed to come into play in order to make the plot like work, and I get it, but it was written poorly, which is unfortunate to say, and I feel very bad saying that because I don't like talking negatively because it's an author's work. Like, I get it, but I didn't like how it was written. I didn't like the pacing of it, just none of it. So 2.5, 2.75. I'll probably give like a final reading at the end, like when I do my wrap up. Right now I'm at Barnes. I'm meeting my friend Dom. My friend Amanda might be coming. We don't know, but definitely meeting Dom here. We're going to read, she is reading Pen Pal. We're technically buddy reading it, but she was reading another book and I finished it. So yeah, so next book I'm picking up, I have 2 contenders. I either want to read Happily Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez or Isolation by Bex Chan, which is a fan fiction, a Hermione fan fiction. Both are currently downloaded on my Kindle, and I'm ready to rock and roll, get a drink, get a nice little tasty treat, and go for it for a couple hours. It's 7 o'clock. They close at 9. We will probably be here till they close. We'll leave a little bit before they close, obviously, because we don't want to be those people, but that's my plan. I'll let you guys know what I end up reading. I think it's going to be Isolation. Isolation is on my 24 books to read in 2024, so I want to read it this year. And I don't know if I'm really like in the mood for like a strict like just romance, but Abby Jimenez books aren't just romance. Like, there's so much more that goes into them, so I don't know. Like I said, they're both downloaded, so we'll see which one I'm feeling. I'm gonna might do like a chapter of each just to see like which one I'm feeling. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Back to my bathroom. This seems to be the only time that I ever really have to talk, so we are doing our hair and talking updates. So I think the last thing I talked to you guys about was that I was starting Isolation by Bex Chan, and I actually ended up DNFing it. Not forever, just for now. I just could not get into the story for some reason, so I was just like, yeah, like, why force it? And then I downloaded Mile High by Liz Tomford on Kindle Unlimited. And you guys, when I tell you that I am like obsessed with this book, it is so good. And so many people say that they don't like it, which I don't understand. I really enjoy you're following our 2 main characters. It's dual POV. It's a sports romance, which I don't really read a lot of sports romances. But you're following Xanders, who is a NHL player, and Stevie, who is the flight attendant on the plane that his team pays for the season, so they can, go to away games and stuff. And she is plus size, which I love so much. Like, there's so many like relatable quotes that like literally I was up until 2 a.m. reading this morning and laughing, kicking, laughing and kicking my feet. Like, the quotes were just so good. Xanders is
I'm like obsessed with him. And their whole thing is that she's not supposed to be fraternizing with people, and it's kind of like they have like this really heavily influenced like banter relationship where all they do is they just like go back and forth with each other, and that's like my favorite. And he's like grumpy but like not really, and I'm just obsessed. It is so good. I'm probably not doing the description justice like at all, but it's just phenomenal, and the writing is so good. Normally I skip a lot of like the smut scenes, but this is honestly phenomenal. Like, it's so good. And like I said, the quotes, and me being a plus size gal myself, I just find the main character to be like so relatable, and just some of the things that she's saying, it's just like, wow. I don't know, just really, really good. So I think I'm, I don't know, 40% through chapter, I think 23. And it's just so good. Like, I literally have no other words. I don't really know how else to describe it without really giving like anything away. I mean, it's just your kind of standard romance. It's like the whole series. It's called the Windy City series. Everyone's favorite is the next one, which is The Right Move. I am going to be reading it as soon as I finish this. I feel like this is going to be a 5-star though, which I'm very excited. So yeah, just obsessed with it and having a fun time reading it. Like I said, yeah, I was up real late last night. And did I regret it this morning? A little, but not a lot. It was just a good time. So excited to just keep reading tonight. Like, I think it's only like 7:50, like it's almost 8, and I'm ready to just jump into bed and read for a couple of hours. Like, I can't wait. So just figured I would give you guys an update. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow is the last day of the work week, and I'm very excited because we're doing some fun stuff. So tomorrow night we are going to our friends. They both work at like a community center in their town, so we're gonna go support them, and there's like a local band that's gonna be playing. So we're all gonna go and have some fun there, and then Saturday we're doing the rest of the stuff in the office, and then we're going to see Twisters, which I'm so excited because also that album is fire. That's what I was doing too. Like, I woke up, so my husband goes to work, right? And I get up to the bathroom, and I kid you not, I have my headphones on, and I am like blasting the album, and I'm in the bathroom like dancing, and then I just left them on. Like, I went to bed, like when I was laying in bed reading, I just had the country playlist like blaring, and it was so good. Even though the book, it has quite literally zero country at all. Like, it's so far from country. It takes place in like Chicago, hence the Windy City series. But yeah, so having a good time. I don't really know what else to say about the book. Learn a lot about, like, they learn a lot about themselves, and you like learn a lot about them through their inner dialogue. Like, it's not just about the romance. Like, they're each kind of dealing with their own things, and I love that. It's giving me like, not as deep as Abby Jimenez, but it's giving me like a similar like vibe. So I'm having a good time. Base with you guys, talk to you, and this clip is probably chaotic. I feel like this whole vlog is kind of chaotic, and my hair is quite literally not looking great, but whatever. I don't really care. I'm just going to bed anyways, so. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Alright guys, so I wanted to talk quickly. I just wanted to put this clip in there. I'm still waiting for a couple of things for the desk itself for work, but I figured I'd throw in this clip because I just finished hanging a couple things. So this desk is from Amazon. I forget the name of it. I can try to link it down below. That is my chair, also from Amazon. I have a picture here, me and my husband, and then just, this is like a butterbeer mug from when we went to the New York store. Bookshelf, I'm not sure, it's from my stepmom and my dad. I don't know where it's from. I think it might be my grandfather's on my dad's side. And then up there is a lot of the paintings that my mom did, and I think they look really nice on that wall. It complements the peach really well. And then this is all kind of stuff that was in here.
ignore all this. This is just clutter. And then over here we have a picture from when we went to California a couple years back. I just decided to hang that up there, and then like the lizard and all that's over there. But yeah, so this is kind of the setup we're looking at right now. I really like it. It's a standing desk. I won't put it up now because my husband's sleeping, and I also was just putting some nails in the wall, so probably not the best idea. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys this. Hey, there's a litter box. So yeah, and then that's kind of it. That's the office as of now. Like I said, I'm waiting for the mouse pad, which is Harry Potter. Like I said, you guys are going to see this room. I really like it in here, so I'll be reading in here. So it'll be that, and then I have a computer stand coming for the laptop, and then mouse, keyboard, all that good stuff. So yeah.
This man. I can't take it. Really, what are you doing? Stevie girl, I'll follow you anywhere. I can't. Oh my god, the fact that like everyone on the team loves her. I cannot. Like, oh my god, like the fact that that's what I'm crying about right now. That like Rio was like, that's our girl. Like, oh. Fun fact, Stevie wears Air Force Ones all the time. I haven't worn my Air Force Ones since I bought them. And I've been wearing them. I want to be V. I love her so much. Anyways, okay, confidence. I love them. I cannot. Oh my god. This quote, I'm like almost done with the book, but I can't. I'm like obsessed with these two. He goes, if shit talking is a love language, then it's ours, and I thoroughly plan on bantering with my wild girl for the rest of my life. Quite literally, a better quote could not be said, because like I love my husband to death, and like that is literally our thing. Like that's what we do with each other, is like we just banter with each other and just make each other laugh, and like that is quite literally my favorite thing in the world, and I wouldn't give that up for anything. And I love Stevie, like her character, and like the plus size representation and Xander's, and I am quite literally obsessed. Hello friends, so I know I'm looking a hot mess, but that's just me. Just finished Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. You guys, I am quite literally obsessed. I feel like I honestly didn't talk about the book much. I feel like I just like read it. I didn't film many updates. I didn't talk about it much, but it was phenomenal. I gave it 5 stars. Like the fact that people don't like the book, I'm quite literally confused. You're following Stevie, who is a flight attendant, and Xanders, who is a professional hockey player in the NHL. And they use the same plane and the same flight crew when they're doing their road games. So Stevie is the flight attendant that's on his crew. Stevie is quite literally sass McGass, and I love it. Her attitude is hilarious, and Xander's and her, like their bantering picks up like right at jump. And I love that part of their relationship. Like it was so great. Like I just love the chemistry between them. And so the whole like they can't get together thing is because the main person on the flight attendant crew, Tara, says that there's no fraternization between the crew and the team members. If you do, you will get fired. And then So that's on Stevie's side of things. And then on Xander's side of things, his whole persona is that he's like a playboy. He has like this whole kind of just like this bad guy playboy vibe that him and his best friend Madison play up. Like Madison's like the family guy, you know, has a great wife, great life, kids, all this stuff. And then Xander's is like the complete opposite, like playboy, getting in fights, just like this overall bad guy. But behind closed doors, he is just as good, if not a better man than Madison. And so he can't come out, you know, if him and Stevie get together, like, or, you know, once he starts to fall for Stevie, he can't just come out with it because he's afraid that Chicago, the town that he lives in, won't want him for himself, really. He's afraid that they only want the banter between Madison and Xander's. And Madison and Xander's both share the same agent who has been playing up this persona. Plus, Xander's is in a signing year, which means at the end of, you know, he's been needing to get a contract in order to stay in Chicago, and he really wants to stay in Chicago because that's where Madison and his family lives, and he's like super close to, you know, his kids and his wife. And so you're kind of dealing with all that stuff, and then on the back burner, like Stevie's also dealing with a lot of like personal issues, not feeling great about herself, dealing with this ex that is also her brother's friend. And her brother, is it her twin brother, Ryan? He doesn't really know the extent of what happened because she never really told him. But her and her brother are like super close. He's on a basketball team in Chicago, and so Stevie ends up moving in with him and getting that job as a flight attendant. So that's how she kind of comes into the picture. So Ryan is very prevalent in this story, and I love Ryan's character too. And the next book is about Ryan and Stevie's friend Indy, who she meets. She's the other flight attendant on the plane. So we love interconnected standalones. So yeah, so Stevie's like dealing with that. She's just dealing with a lot of like personal like body image issues, not feeling super confident in herself, and like she has these issues with like her mom, how her mom just makes like backhanded comments, and she has a really rough, you know, relationship with her mom, and then these people that she thought were her friends. So she's kind of dealing with a lot of that stuff. And then Xander's is dealing with a mom that left the family, and then a dad who he felt also abandoned him because he was working all the time, and so he wasn't as involved in Xander's childhood as he would have liked. So you're kind of just going through like Xander's feeling like he has like no one except for his older sister Lindsay, who was like already in college by the time the mom left, so she didn't have to experience the issues in the same way that Xander's did. And so you're getting, you know, so he's like, well, I have like nobody loves me. Like my mom left me. My dad like threw himself into work and left me. But, you know, he has, you know, Madison and Logan, who, like I said, Madison is his best friend and Logan is his wife. And then they have 2 kids, EJ and MJ, you know, a niece and a nephew. So essentially they obviously start talking, commingling, and things just progress from there. Their banter's phenomenal. The way that he makes her feel is just amazing. Like, just the words of praise that he gives her to make her feel better, and the way that they both just make each other better people is like the epitome of what a relationship should be. It should be 2 people coming together. No one's perfect. They're all gonna have their own issues, but you come together and you make things better. You know, you improve each other in ways that you didn't think you could improve. You know, Stevie's confidence is going up and she's learning how to stand up for herself. And Xander's is, you know, learning how he can love himself, and, you know, just all these different, and there's so much more to this story than even I'm explaining now. But the story between, you know, what they call each other V and Z, you know, Stevie and Xander's, they call each other, you know, Z and V, and I truly loved it. I noticed that there was a lot of people that didn't like it, which is fine. Obviously everyone's book preferences are different. I think I just really connected to Stevie, and I just thought Xander treated her great. Like I said, I really loved the bantering. I love banter, like I said in the clip earlier. me and my husband, that's kind of our thing. So I love banter in books. So I really, really enjoyed that. And I like the forbidden aspect of it, to where like things like there's repercussions, like if they get together, and they're like legit repercussions. You know, and eventually obviously there's a third act conflict. And as much as I hate like a third act conflict, I think in this case it was not warranted, but I think that some good things came out of it, which I think is important. I mean, not that I think the third act conflict was necessary, but I think that it taught each of them important lessons about themselves and about the people in their lives. So I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I'm literally obsessed. And I'm so excited to continue the series and get to see them, you know, throughout the rest of the books. 4 books I've read. So I finished Snow Globe and I gave that 3 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a quick read, fun time. I liked the premise of it. I liked the characters. I just felt like the pacing was off, which I think is why I didn't enjoy it that much. I felt like everything was like super well developed in like the first part, where she, you know, our main character Chobam is kind of, you're learning what their world, their dystopian world is like, and then you're learning about the snow globe, then she gets to the snow globe, and then I feel like she like learns all this information like super quick, and then it's all like resolved, and then the book's wrapped up. So I feel like the second half of the book was honestly like, I feel like it could have been a little bit thicker of a book, and that part could have been drawn out a little bit better, because I just felt like everything like happened very quickly. So gave that 3 stars. And then I read Pen Pal, which I gave that 2.5 stars. This is the problem, so I can't really talk too much about it without spoiling a lot. So I don't even know where to go with this, but I don't remember how much I talked about this book, but essentially you're following our main character, who her husband is dead, and the day that they lower his casket, she gets a letter from this pen pal in prison named Dante, who she has no idea who he is. She's never met him, and she like randomly writes him back, and they have like a written communication, but then she's like having these issues with her house, and she calls a roofer, and he comes out to the house, and then they start to kind of develop a relationship, and it seems to be happening very quickly in relation to her husband passing. And from what you gather, like she like loved her husband, and like she was like super devastated that he's gone, and it was just kind of jarring to me that to go from that to then she's like just immediately like with another, like this all happens within like the first couple of chapters, like so now she's like immediately with another guy, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. Like it was just jarring just to kind of go from, and I'm not one of those people that's like insta love. Like I really like Mile High, like where it was like drawn out and like things didn't start really happening until like halfway, like things like that. Like this was just very like it happened, and when it happened, it happened. So anyway, so then they're like whatever doing their thing, and then she's having issues at her house where like things are just not going right. Like she's having the issues with the roof, she's having issues with like her electrical, like, and it's a really old house, she's just having a bunch of problems, and that's to say the least. So the romance was horrible, the pet names bad, like just bad. I have those clips in there, you would have seen them already. I mean, I'm pretty sure I expressed my feelings about this book as I was reading it, so I don't want to get too into depth, but yeah, I gave it 2.5. I wasn't a big fan. I liked the plot of the story. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about, but I hated the romance, and I hated the romance so much so that it literally took away from the entire rest of the book. Like I feel like if they just took the romance out, I mean, I get how the romance like plays into the plot, like I get it, but I just feel like it wasn't integrated properly. I don't know. I'm not an author, so, but it just was not my vibe. 2.5 stars. Yeah, I think I had a really good week with reading. I had a fun time. So other quick little updates. So we went to go see Twisters yesterday, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Liked Twisters. Honestly, it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. I thought the soundtrack was gonna be a lot more prevalent, like I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. It got me. I cried a lot. Like, I'm just an emotional person. So I definitely, you know, seeing people go through these like natural disasters was like really hard. And like the opening scene, I have no words. Anyways, it was really good. I definitely suggest going to see it. I had a good time with that. And then we went to go see Deadpool Wolverine quite literally like 4 hours later. And loved it. I love Marvel movies as I'm drinking out of a Batman mug. I love Marvel and I love Deadpool. I love Ryan Reynolds. I mean, hello. So yeah, so it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was so funny. I loved the cameos that were in it. Like I said, had definitely had a fun time with that movie. And then as far as my office, so I didn't do any like time lapses just because my husband was and I were building them. We were like in our pajamas, like not looking our best. So I didn't do any time lapses or anything. But I will insert some clips of what I mean. It's just a desk and a chair, and I took out a couple, like a tote that was up there. But I mean, there's not really too much else I'm gonna do today. I do plan on like hanging those paintings. So once I hang the paintings, I will take a clip of what it looks like and I'll insert that before this clip. So you guys will have already seen kind of what my office looks like. I don't have obviously my computer yet. I get that when I start, and then I'm waiting for a keyboard and mouse, and then like a mouse pad, and then the stand to put the computer, like the laptop on. So I'm going to be ordering a couple of those things from Amazon. So I should have those soon. So you'll see those, I'm sure, in other, because I really like the area. So like I feel like even when I'm not working, like I'll be sitting in there a lot, like just like sitting in my chair, like having a cup of coffee. Like I really like the vibe up there. So you guys might see that space more than this area, my living room. So yeah, so that was my week. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along this journey with me for the week. Like I said, I had a pretty decent reading week. My favorite, I'm still thinking about this book. Like I really want to start the next one, but I can't bring myself to do it right now. Like I need some time. So I'm going to clean my house, do some laundry, and then I'm planning on starting the next one. But yeah, so I will catch up with you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for being here. As always, I will catch you guys later.